So what's up? It's your girl, Karenesia Elizabeth, your host of the Single with a Purpose podcast, coming at you to swap stories about life, love, sex, relationships, and spirituality, helping you to overcome those shameful, embarrassing, sarcastic, heartbreaking, this might sound stupid, questions that you have in your heart, and giving you advice for them, swapping beauty for ashes and pain for passion. So every episode, we're going to be answering questions from listeners and their helpful friends, seeking advice about whatever situation they may find themselves in, helping them to find peace and purpose in whatever state they may be. Hey guys, what's up? I am so glad that you're tuning in to Single with a Purpose. I'm so glad that you decided to become a part of our community. If you have not already, go ahead and hit that like, comment, and subscribe button because we already know that you're going to love what we have for you here. So again, I'm your host, Karenesia Elizabeth, and so a little bit about me. I'm from the great state of Texas in the United States of America. I am African American. I'm a teacher, I'm a writer, I'm an author, I'm a motivational speaker, and I'm your new best friend. Yeah, that's right. I'm coming into your home, into your car, into your living room, wherever you're at, and yeah, I said it. I'm your new best friend because we're here to share stories about life. What I want people to know is that life is meant to be shared with other people. It's not meant to be spent alone. And there's so many of us walking around with our stories, questions, and complexities, and we feel like we're alone in the world because we're told that we have to kind of keep these things to ourselves. And especially as women, and I can only say especially as women because I'm a woman and I don't know what it's like to be a man, but I'm sure you guys maybe suffer through this too, that, we're supposed to keep secrets. We're not supposed to share ourselves. We're supposed to, keep our feelings of heartbreak and embarrassment and shame and, the stupid questions that we harbor inside of ourselves. We're supposed to keep it to ourselves to save face in the world. And I think that is the reason why we are living in such a diseased world. Not just diseased as in the CDC and dealing with sickness, but the sickness of living in dis-ease, being out, not experiencing peace within ourselves, And so this place is a safe place for us to share those diseases and to gain an understanding of how that other people experience the same things we do. They just live it differently, but that we're not alone in this world and life is not supposed to be lived alone. And so we're here to be a community and love on one another, share our experiences, our best advice based on life as we know it and have lived it thus far. So every episode we'll be reading letters, we'll be bringing on special guests, giving you book reviews about books that you can read to help you with different aspects of life, love, and other spiritual issues. So we hope that you'll be blessed by it. We hope that you'll return for episode 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and whatever the next episodes are to come, because we want to really build a community with you. We want you to know that you're included and you're loved. So without further ado, we do have an episode, a lively episode for you today, reading from a letter writer who's signed Miss I Care Too Much. And she has a question and some issues that she would like for us to talk about as friends and give her some feedback. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Dear asking for a friend, my friend seems to have caught herself in a very peculiar state lately. She cares too much and doesn't care at all, both at the same time. Let me explain. She cares a lot about her career growth and being respected and valued at work, but at the same time, she can't find the strength to always go the extra mile at work or take major responsibility for big tasks, partly because she wouldn't want to be at fault if it goes wrong. Seems like she doesn't care enough. She cares a lot about looking healthy and pretty, but doesn't work out or eat with care and respect toward her body. She cares a lot about having a loving relationship one day, but refuses to go on dates with seemingly good guys. Mainly because she doesn't care about them as much as she cares about doing laundry or cleaning on the same day. She cares about her health, but often sabotages it with careless behavior. She cares about the image she has in other people's eyes, but doesn't care a bit about what she thinks of herself. Sometimes I think that she's looking for a painless way out, that she's bored. Or maybe she's just tired. Maybe just
Maybe she just lacks the confidence in the world, herself and other people, to care more. Should I help her care more or care less, and how? So I'm getting two different vibes from I don't know what to do. One vibe that I'm getting is that when it comes to your work, it seems that you are afraid to take risk, that you're afraid that you're going to fail. And because of that, you're kind of staying in the safe zone. And the danger of the safe zone is that it is a place that we resort to out of fear. It's not something that is truly a safe place, but it's a place that we go to when we're afraid. And so I think for you, you're experiencing a lack of confidence because you don't necessarily know who you are, because you haven't stepped outside of the box to, put all or nothing on the table or take big risks, and therefore you can't trust yourself with these things. So I think that you should try and take on something that is going to have a big risk, and you never know, you might rise to the occasion. I think you could. I think you would. And just as big as the risk is, the reward is probably even bigger. And greater than it being a financial or a self-esteem award by being, recognized by your peers or your boss at your job, but you will then have confidence in what you can do because you've done it. You have exercised that muscle, and you know that you can take on a big risk and you can rise to the occasion. So I think that you should go for it. I think that you should put it all in. And this life is about giving our best and leaving it all on the table. And if you don't leave it all on the table, then you're going to keep it all inside, and you'll never know how great you are or your maximum potential in life. As far as looking healthy and pretty and not working out or eating with care, respect to your body, that sounds to me like it's still related to your lack of confidence, because you don't feel rewarded at your job, because you don't feel that you are taking valuable risk and being rewarded for them. You are maybe sabotaging your progress when it comes to your fitness and your health, and as far as your beauty, because you're so emotionally burdened with what you're not doing at work that when you get home you're feeling down and depressed or sad. I think that's possibly what your friend is going through. And I know because I've been there. I've been in a situation where I wasn't feeling like I was performing well on my job, and therefore every other area of my life began to struggle as well. And so it took me really hunkering down and challenging myself to do the things that I'm afraid of, and to take these risks, and to challenge myself beyond what I think I can do before I could get my other parts of my life together. And so it's hard to think about working out. It's hard to think about eating right when you're emotional. You're being led by your emotions. And I think, I believe that for your friend, that once they start to feel rewarded for their job, they will no longer want to self-sabotage themselves when it comes to any other part of your life. And as far as relationships, your husband or your boyfriend, your friend's husband or boyfriend isn't going to break into her house unless she's just fetishizing robbery scenarios. You have to put yourself out there. You have to get out there and meet people and give people a chance. And even though it's also that risk reward kind of thing. You risk not reaping the reward, but you also risk reaping a big reward. But the thing is, it's kind of like Ariana Grande's song, Thank You Next. You learn a lesson, and so that is the benefit, and that makes you better to move on to the next thing. Don't be afraid to do things that are going to make you better. Even if you were to take a big risk at your job and it was your fault, I think your boss and your peers would admire you for taking on something that is beyond your normal scope and limit. And and they would still, keep you and want to continue to see you grow because they see that you are maximizing your potential and you're not resting on your laurels. So again, I think it's the situation where, when we do not feel secure in the sense of our earthly possessions and our financial and material wealth, then we are unable to kind of function in other realms of our life. And so if you're a single woman then or a single man and you are unable to succeed and meet that self-esteem level, because is Abraham Maslow is a psychologist who came up with the hierarchy of needs, and he draws a pyramid, and at the base of that pyramid he has the physiological needs like water, food, and shelter. And then on the second level, he has the need for safety, feeling safe and secure. And then the level just above that, he has love, the need to belong and have social scenarios where we feel loved with other people. And then we have esteem. Esteem is the ego. Esteem is where we are achieving the things that we want to achieve in life when it comes to our career and our passions. And then finally, at the very top of the pyramid, we have self-actualization. And those include meta needs, or needs that motivate us to seek things beyond ourselves, like truth and justice and order and goodness and faithfulness and gentleness and all these things. And so and he says, according to his theory, that if we have not achieve the level just below, then we cannot make it to the next level. And so I think that is an example of what you're experiencing, that if you do not take this chance at your job, if you do not really get out there and risk it all and put it all on the table, lay all your cards out, play your best hand, that you will never be able to move on to the next level. You will never be able to grow and become and maximize your potential, or actualize your potential, and then actualize yourself. And your friend is worth so much more than any job. So I think your friend needs to, put up and shut up. Just let your work speak for itself. Work hard for it. Take on things that are bigger than you, because it's only going to help you grow. All right, y'all, let's take a second and pause right here. I have a quote to read to you today related to our topic of self-awareness. It comes from Abraham Maslow, and he says, "What is necessary to change a person is to change his awareness of himself. If you plan on being anything less than you are capable of being, you will probably be unhappy all the days of your life. If you deliberately plan on being less than you are capable of being, then I warn you that you'll be unhappy for the rest of your life." So take it as you may, take it as you will. Our quote of the day. Let's get back into this letter. If your house isn't clean, can you bring a man home? Or, if you are, I could. But that'd be a little trifling, don't you think? But you need fresh underwear. You need fresh clothes for work. And, you definitely have to keep your home life in order for everything else to work out too. So, I think, until you get your work life in order, you're probably doing the right thing by not going on dates with guys. So, you also say that you care about that she cares about her health, but often sabotages it with careless behavior. And I'm wondering what this careless behavior is exactly. Are you drinking? Are you smoking? Are you not sleeping? Are you, what's happening here? But regardless of what is happening, you need to care more for yourself. You are much more important than any, lack that you may be experiencing in your life. So I think you should just continue to treat yourself well. You need to treat yourself well. And maybe once you start a regimen of treating yourself well, that you will feel better. So one thing that I do for myself every night that I've really enjoyed is I have a skincare routine.